Hey, it's iEmpire here with volume 26 of PlayStation 5 Hidden Gems. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Two really quick things. Number one, apologize if you hear fans in the background. There's my heaters. It's super ridiculous cold where I live right now. I've got two sweatshirts on. I'm still cold. And number two, had a family emergency. Everything's good, but it really restricted the amount of time I had to make some videos this week. So I may be looking down at my notes a lot more than I want to, but that's the reason for that. All right, 5 great games to go over. Let's start it off with Schim. So this is a puzzle platformer, and it's got a really cool opening scene where it shows this person in the shadow going through life together, the good times, the bad times. And then one day the person falls, and it breaks the connection with their shadow. Person sees it happen, they panic, and they run away, and it leaves the shadow all alone, and to have to find its way back to the person. Um, Real basic art style. It just focuses on light and dark and shadow, but it works really well. And the goal is just to get through the level, stay out of the light, making moves into the shadows and the darkness and figuring out a path towards that goal. The game does a really good job at keeping different elements and tactics to keep gameplay interesting and fresh. Like some levels will have shifting light and dark, which requires timing, or there's like a bird or a dog that casts a shadow to help you get through a level. Just a lot of different cool ideas in the game. You can restart a level at any time because sometimes you find you're just stuck. You don't have a move to make. So it's real quick and easy to restart. The camera is great. It has you can swing all the way around in order to help you find your path and to make moves. 65 levels that vary in length and the number of checkpoints that you have, but a really simple but fun gameplay. So highly recommend. So let's check out the trailer for Schim. Next game is Yars Rising. This is an action platformer. Really fun game. So you play as a young woman in this game who is a computer hacker, and she works for this really evil mega corporation. It goes into lockdown, and to save her life and to save the world, you have to help her escape. So the gameplay is in two parts. The platforming, a lot of fun, run, jump, wall jump, shoot, great boss battles, a lot of hazards in the game. Along with the enemies, you got lasers, moving platforms, lots of other things. There's a badge system for your boosts and your abilities, and even that is made into a game. So you can use as many boosts. They come in squares, and you can use as many boosts that fit into the specific area as possible, and it's a game like Tetris. The second part of the game are mini games, and that's how you unlock the locked doors. So one is like Missile Command. There's another one like Galaga. Graphically, really nice looking game. It's a 2D platform levels with 3D appearance of a lot of objects in the games. And it's got anime inspired visuals and characters. Looks really nice. So really interesting story. There's tension and humor in the game as well. Runs at a smooth 60 frames per second. Recommend this nice action platformer. So here's the trailer for Yars Rising.
You ever get that feeling? Like you're meant for something more? That's been kind of my deal since forever. But now, something's changed. There's something powerful inside of you, ready to break out and fly. Protect needs to be stopped. And I'm the one who can do it. You totally should. Join me on a high-stakes sci-fi action-adventure in Yars Rising, the newest game from WayForward and Atari. What started as your typical hacker-for-hire gig spirals into a weird intergalactic conspiracy involving mega-conglomerate Kotek. Help me run, jump, hack, and blast my way into unlocking the mysteries of this corporate empire in Yars Rising. Launching on the Nintendo Switch system later this year. Sorry, I meant year.
Alright, this game is Elderand, and this is a Lovecraftian-inspired Metroidvania. And I know there's a ton of Metroidvanias on the Switch. This one definitely got lost in the shuffle, but pretty good game, pretty solid game. So this is set in this world that is just full of madness, and it's ruled by a tyrant king. And there's this dangerous cult, and there's a village under attack. And amongst all of that, there's the lure of all this glory and riches that are there in the land if you're brave enough to go find it. So you and a group of mercenaries set out on this expedition to go find it, and after a shipwreck, you're the only survivor. So basically you're going to explore, you're going to fight a lot of enemies and bosses, you gain upgrades, and you open up new paths to new areas. There's 7 different areas in the game. Almost any enemy in this game is deadly, so death can come in only a few hits. And if you die, you lose your loot and you're back to your last save. But the weapons, they're fun to use. You got swords, bows, axes. There's a nice variety from range and melee. You also have a double jump and a grapple hook. The character progression, you get points to level up your health, strength, endurance, dexterity, and wisdom. And the wisdom is for magic. But a really good atmosphere in this game. I just think it's really well done with the environments, the enemy design, and the lore and the story that are in the game. So, see if it's for you. We'll check out the trailer for Elderand. Alright, this game is Castle of Shikigami 2, and this is a top-down shmup that was originally released in the arcade and the PlayStation 2. Really nice, fast, hectic-paced shooter that's got 7 different characters. They all have their own loadouts and attack styles, and it allows for a lot of different strategies in the levels. Solid story mode. It's done with dialogue and anime stills. The great art design, the stages, the enemies, the characters. Along with the fast-paced combat, some of the stages you have to go through mazes when you're going through the stages. Adds a nice little diversion to the gameplay. Really good enemy variety, great boss battles, and there's a lot of different modes besides the story mode. You've got practice, novice, extreme, which is increased difficulty, new entry, which changes the placement of enemies and patterns with increased difficulty, and dramatic, and that's where you can choose 2 different characters that you can switch instantly between the 2. And like I said earlier, with the 7 characters, they have their own loadouts and attack styles. So if you're having trouble in a level, sometimes a different character is the perfect match for that level. But really fun shmup, highly recommend. And it also has online rankings. So highly recommend. Let's check out the trailer for Castle of Shikigami 2. Alright, next is Sturmfront, the Mutant War. And this is a top-down twin-stick shooter. Definitely 80s inspired, and you play as Sigmund von Hammerstein. And he's an experimental cyborg that's armed with a rifle and a flamethrower with the single purpose of taking out and killing mutant hordes. So you're going to take out a variety of different mutants, their nests and bosses. And as you expect, it's the left stick to move, the right to aim. Tons of pickups in the games. You get really cool things like rocket launchers, plasma guns, mortars, and a whole lot more. It's got scrolling levels, and you'll come along detours that you'll find that you can find weapons and health upgrades. So really fast-paced action game, and it's got 55 different stages. It's got a metal electronic music soundtrack. Really good time. Recommend this bad boy. So here's the trailer for Sturmfront, the Mutant War. Alright, before we wrap it up, I'll give you guys a quick bonus game, and that is No More Heroes 1 and 2 for the Nintendo Switch. 2 full games on the one cart. If you like hack and slash games, these are absolute classics from the Wii era. You can also get these games, limited run did release for these, but I think you have to buy No More Heroes 1 and 2 separately. So, great pickup though. So, that said, that's it for volume 26 of Nintendo Switch Hidden Gems. Hope you liked the game selection today. If you want more videos, check out the channel. Got plenty more Hidden Gem videos just waiting for you. So until the next one, take care. May you be blessed, and I am out of here. See you guys.
Congratulations. As the 10th ranked assassin, you are now a target for those who want to replace you.
I don't care about titles or power. I just want to be number one. It's game time. For some reason, I feel this sense of euphoria. Fighting your own kind. Nothing's more gratifying.
You will pay with your life. Sonic Sword.
Don't die on me too quickly. I want to gorge myself with the sense of fulfillment.
Let's see you get out of this predicament.
Oh, crap.
Come on! There's only one road out of here.
Sylvia, I want to make a deal. I'll conquer the rankings, fight whoever it takes, and in return, you find me the assholes who killed Bishop. Bishop! Die! Help! This must be karma. Try some touchdown.
Actually, you're just like that. You are the no more hero.
So impressive.
I'm eager to kill, so hurry with the details.
This isn't a battle. It's a motherfucking war.
Hi. Can I call you Travis the Great?
Just sit back, Sylvia, and watch the hell I get a raise.